Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk with you about calculating the pH of something. Last time we talked about that acids are a substances that release H plus and bases are substances that release OH minus, and that is always this is all measured according to the pH scale. I'm now going to explain how you can get from H plus or from OH minus to pH. And that is that the pH is equals to the minus log of the concentration of H plus. This means, let's say you have an H plus concentration of 1 millimolar. This is equal to 10 to the minus 3 millimolar, to the minus 3 molar. So the pH is the minus log of 10 to the minus 3, or this is equal to 3. For bases, it is almost the same, but instead of the pH, you calculate the pOH, which is equal to the minus log of the concentration of OH minus. So let's say you have an OH minus concentration of again 1 millimolar, or 10 to the minus 3 molar. Then the pOH equals the minus log of 10 to the power minus 3, which equals 3. And then the pH is given by 14 minus the pOH. Or in other words, this is equal to 14 minus 3, which is 11. As you might see, this 14 over here. This equals the maximum of the pH scale. So this is the most basic something can get, and then the higher the pOH, the less basic it is. And if you now want to know how much H plus or OH minus a certain acid releases, I will give you some examples, and I do that according to using strong acids and strong bases. How strong an acid is measured according to the Ka and the pKa, and for bases it is done according to the Kb and the pKb, which can all be found in literature for each literature for all acids and bases. If now the Ka is larger than 1, or the pKa smaller than 0, then you have a strong acid. And for bases the same. If the Kb is larger than 1 or the pKb smaller than 0, then you have a strong base. And when you have a strong acid, an example is HCl, then all of your acid, once it is in water, will be separated in H plus and Cl minus ions. So let's say you have 10 millimolar HCl, then you will get 10 millimolar H plus and 10 millimolar Cl minus. Well, this is equal to 10 to the minus 2 molar. So your pH will be equal to the minus log of 10 to the minus 2, which equals 2. For bases, it's the same. A strong base can, for instance, be S2 minus. And once it comes into contact with H2O, all of your base will be separated in SH minus and OH minus ions. So again, if you have a 10 millimolar base, you will get 10 millimolar OH minus. So you'll POH. So you have to pay attention to that you use the POH equals to the minus log of 10 to the minus 2. It's the same as over here. So it's 2, and then your pH equals 14 minus your POH minus 2, so that equals 12. So for strong bases and strong acids, all of your acids will be put into H plus and Cl minus, or depending on the base, at least all your acids will be put into H plus. And for bases, everything will be put to HOH minus. So you will have everything at the start of the arrow will be converted to everything at the end of the